Okay, that's looking good. Let's see, what time is it? So that would be, what, 2025? I don't really see too much going on in the world of live broadcast for Planet Crafter. So I guess I ought to try to do one. Alright, let's see. We are at 45% and a smidge towards full oxidation, which we already have. And we're supposed to be starting on fish. Power looks good. Of course, we have quite a bit of things spread about. And nothing new there. Unlock. And well, we've got this tree now, and we could do T2 mutagen. That'll come in handy for doing more insects. Well, I decided to put up some walls here. So here's some of the fish that we will be making eventually. And here's some of the butterflies. Of course, we got the honeybee first, since that's the one you start with. And this one is, of course, the most valuable one. It gives a very, very high percentage of insect count. And that's the uniform you normally start with. Now, I do believe I switched uniform, didn't I? Okay, let's use the D key to turn around. Yeah, we did. We took one that was mostly white. Oh dear, my cushioning is giving me problems here. Okay, so we'll just left click and we can cancel that. Let's see, what else I do? I put the you won't have access to this kind of stuff for a while. It has to, you have to be exploring starships and whatnot in remote sites. Oh, that one's full. Don't have too much green. The quasar quartz. Okay, we've got that one fully emptied, and oh, we've got some stuff here we need to put away, don't we? Well, we'll mark this for the drones, though. Okay, we did. We already did. The drones haven't moved it, so that means that we don't have the proper lockers. This is another thing that you'll have to do exploring starships to find and collect the blueprint for. Well, let's see. What do I have for flowers in here? These are all the same, and they're 300%. So we'll put those in this one over here, just to kind of give you a heads up what is possible. And it's basically instant growth. And of course it adds to the oxygen, even though we've already finished that. And I've been putting in some walls, even though you can't do that yet. You don't have the blueprint. And I went ahead and put some more butterflies in here. I had it setting empty for a while. Then I decided I would collect all the butterflies I could. And I still got some in here, but these are repeats, so I don't need to put them on my trophy wall, so to speak. These are for, you know, doing trees. Since I'm doing creative mode, I just click on each of these and I can put them on display. I don't actually have to go through the normal process of unlocking having the necessary resources. So I went ahead and made a little yard display to show you what they look like. Now these trees, kind of think of them as mushroom trees. When you find those in a, uh, well, I would like to call it a cave system, but it has more than one way in and out. Then you'll be underground, and a lot of people call it the mushroom place, but it's important when you get to the point of chasing the Warrens and maybe considering leaving the game that way after you get everything terraformed or even before. But there's going to be a lot of things that you have to unlock first before you can escape that way. And one of those is this one right here, extraction platform. You get two choices. You get one that lets your avatar leave the game, which you probably don't want to do if you're going to be terraforming the moons and the DLC planet Humble. But it also gives you what they call an inner system, and it looks the same as you see here. It's got the little escape pod on top, and you can take a limited number of resources with you. It's got one, see, they call them blue crates inside. So there's a lot of things you can't take, but what you're trying to do is you're trying to get this one put up as soon as possible, but you need cosmic quartz, and that's what kind of slows progress. You also need a T2 rocket, and it takes a while to unlock all that stuff. Those are the two problems: cosmic quartz and T2 rocket engine. Until you find the cosmic quartz, and I don't know if altar would be the correct way, but there's a stack of stones where those cosmic quartz will appear on from time to time, and that's how you harvest them mostly, but you'll get them in blue crates and stuff also. But we're talking way into the future. Now if you want to escape and have the corporation come and get you and do the, well, I would call it another unhappy ending of the game. They don't provide any happy endings for the game. They don't want you to stop playing, basically. So, just to give you a heads up on that. I don't know. Is that too much of a spoiler alert? Okay, so we've got all these out here, but I don't think we've told all of them to be harvested. Did I? No, see, I didn't. Alright, so we're growing mushrooms here. So we need to identify the, whoops, wrong. This is supply. We're producing supply, so we gotta identify that so the drones will react and take it to where it's needed. Same thing here. And in this case, we're talking the squash. And here's some more squash. I don't remember having a demand for squash just yet. There's a lot of things that takes time to store into a locker on purpose. Well, anyway, we've got more stuff here. Eggplants, we've got beans. But most of the beans are being picked up, I think, already. You know what? I should probably take out something. Is that about halfway? Yeah, it's about halfway. Let's take this out. And we don't really need, so I'm going to take this one out too. There we go. We got a nice shortcut, more or less in the middle. But anyway, here we go. Now we don't have this being taken out of here unless, oh, I didn't mark it, did I? Here we go. Now we've got given the drones permission to use these for the rockets, trade rockets. Oh, they're all gone. I can't really show that yet until one of them gets back, or I create another one. I kind of like that idea. Oh, let's see. I don't remember if we've unlocked this yet or not, but this corner piece, we can rotate it and fill that in. Do the same thing over here. If it's not unlocked, then this will give you a heads up. Oh. Alright, so now we got everything squared off. So that means I can go ahead and put in another trade rocket. And the stairs are going the right way. Yeah, looks good. No, a little bit. There we go. I don't want any gaps. Okay, we're going to use this one to talk about. When you come up here, you decide what you want the drones to bring here. So this is just like a storage unit. You put it on demand. Now right now I'm going to hold down the control key and I'm going to click here. Where is the, there it is, bacteria sample and the food. Those are the, now I'll let go of the control key. Those are the things that we're going to offer for trade so that we can earn some Terra tokens. Now once this fills up, I would have to change it now to enable automatic launch. Otherwise it would never launch until I came over here to this screen and said launch trade rocket, and we're after Terra tokens. Now we're up to 5,000, or should I say 4,500. Alright, the main thing I'm after is the where is it? No, that's not it. There it is, right there. T2 storage locker. That holds a lot. Oh hey, I could go ahead and buy that. I've got enough. There we go. We're going to spend 5,000 out of our 4,500. Okay, now what will happen is once this launches, because we've got launched when it's full, it's going to come back with that blueprint, and then it's not going to launch again. It'll come off of automatic until I take it out of there and put it back on automatic. So let's go ahead and speed things up a little bit. Is it taking? Yeah, I think it's taking. It's definitely not delivering. Alright, I'll leave this alone then. How about here? They're not taking it. Well, I've got it on supply, so I don't see why it wouldn't. And we'll take all of these. And we have this on supply too, right? Yep. And the only other thing that we're letting the drones fill the rockets with is up here. And I hope you remember why we put another one up here. And that one's full, so we could take a bunch of those. And we've got it on demand, so it'll kind of hog everything for a while since it's on normal priority. And oh wait a minute, I didn't put that fourth one I just added. I didn't put that on the lowest priority, did I? Well, not the lowest priority. So I need to go here. I need to go down, go back up one more, because we don't want to leave it on the lowest setting. The lowest setting would compete with the shredder, and we don't want to do that. In fact, we do need to install more shredders. Alright, let's go ahead and get this. Oh, they got drones coming. Well, they're going to keep doing that, aren't they? So let's transfer a bunch of these over. There we go. And when that one comes back, well, we can't see anything now, but when that one comes back, we'll have our nice new T2 storage lockers. It hasn't got spent yet, but we should see 5,000 of that disappear. Okay, we've got all this open. We're making these and we're starting to make the rocket engines, but I'm not going to use them in trade. For the same reason I'm not using these rods for trade, because I need them in construction projects. If I was playing a normal game. Well, it is true I'm not playing a normal game. So technically, it's not going to matter much to me if I do, since I don't really have to have any resources in creative mode. I could just build to my anything and everything to my heart's content. And I don't even have to collect anything. Okay, what are we missing here? We are missing uranium, so I better focus on the uranium. But let's get rid of everything that's in our inventory first. Let's fill up another rocket. Or try to fill up another rocket. It's not quite full. And you can see I've got all the rockets set the same way, on very low, not the lowest, but very low. And these are the only things I'm going to be trading. Alright, now uranium is a big deal. First of all, do we have a demand set up for uranium? Well, as you can see, I did a few things. Now, I never get thirsty, but this is a real nice thing to put in when you can. It takes a while to unlock it. Quite a while to unlock it. There we go. Now this should be on, yeah, we've got it set for demand. Alright, do we have the same thing on the other side? I think we do. And we have it set up. This is what is supposed to be in here. These are kind of in the way, so I'll tell you what. Let's take those out of there. And let's give them a specific, well, we could put them in here for now, but that would kind of fill it up, wouldn't it? Since we don't have anywhere that's demanding those uranium rods. So they're going to stay in there until we do have a demand for them. At some point we're going to have storage that actually demands the rods, so that the auto crafter will use a uranium to make the rods. I went ahead and put these down just basically so you can see this is the first one you make, then you make these short ones, and you make the tall ones, and then you start making these, and then those, and then finally these, which are the best as far as providing kilowatts. And I've probably said enough about this already. Now I put a shredder here so that if any of this tries to clog up on me, but of course all this needs to be on demand, and once it's full, if there's no other demand for the same resource, then it'll go into the shredder. But I should have a shredder to make this work a little bit better at every possible location where we've got drills. See, they're coming to get the aluminum, as long as they have somewhere to store it, because that's not the only thing they do, is they put stuff in for storage. But then it goes to the shredder. Once there's no more storage to be filled, no more demand to be fulfilled, then it all goes to the shredder. And we've got the shredder set on automatic empty, so when it becomes full, all that stuff disappears, never to be seen again. Takes it completely out of the game. Okay, if we're continuing our simulation of playing a basic game, normal game, we don't have the T through T3 ore extractor open yet. So we have to use the T2. Now I haven't really developed this site all that much, but you can see the only thing we're going to get here is osmium. Now what I need to do here is change this, see? Because they'll just come in and get this and they'll leave the rest of it in here, and then this gets clogged up. So I need to change that to everything. And of course I want to cancel that and do something different. In fact, it's clogged up already. Look at that. There's no more of this in there. They've come and got it all. So now they'll come and get the rest of it. Now I could set up like I did before. Extra storage. And put storage containers up here for everything except the osmium. And then they'll take it out of here. They'll just go back and forth like that real quick until they get it. Now the other thing I like to do, even though I can't say I recommend it, because there is a problem when you do it this way. Let's turn it like so. If you don't set this up right, then it could be a real nuisance. Supplies that you want will never show up there where your autocrafters are. Now this site produces this, and those are the items that we don't want clogging up because we ran out of storage. We want it to be automatically disposed of. Notice we don't have osmium in there because we wouldn't care if this got clogged up with osmium, not in the least. Now the other thing I got to do is I got to enable automatic destroy contents when inventory is full. Otherwise it'll get full and it'll stay full, and then it'll basically stop working. Alright, I'm going to take the shortcut. Which one am I at here? No, I don't want this one. I want the other one, I think. That's why I don't call this a cave, because it's really just a wait a minute. Did I miss the other tunnel? Well, I'll be darned. There's the osmium, that stuff that glows in the dark. This is the other thing that glows in the dark. And of course, if you're not able to make flares yet, it's a good idea to have that stuff in your inventory to mark your path so you don't get lost. This here doesn't really glow in the dark. In fact, I'll turn off my flashlight. Where's the darkest spot in here? Probably over here, the darkest spot. So I'll throw that down. See, it doesn't really glow in the dark. It's bright white and you can see it pretty easy from a distance, but it's not as good as, you know, radium or osmium or even uranium. All of these glow in the dark much, much better. Huh. We don't have ice blocking anything, but I don't seem to be finding the other exit. Well, the other exit would be out front. So I guess we'd have to go this way. But this is not the best way to show you how to get here. Yeah, this is not a really good idea. I do need to check this one and see if I set it up yet. Yeah, I did. I got it. And they're already coming to get stuff. The other thing I should do before I run off is set up another one of those shredders. That way the drones won't be wasting their time traveling a great distance to unclog my ore extractor. Now I gotta do the same thing I've been doing. It's going to demand these are the items that will clog it up and take it out of function. Just like we did on the other one. And again, this must be set on the lowest setting. Oh dear. Did I forget to do that in here? And I'll repeat once again, that is the only device in the game you put on the lowest setting. Yep, I sure did. I don't want any of these things going in here unless all the storage is full. And all demands, other demands have been met. Okay, we're back out here. You know where we're at, right? If we keep going this way through this, what I call the spires, then you will see the field of aluminum. Okay, there you go. There's the weird rock. So when you pass through here, you want to cut off to the side. Now, if you head for the ring, I don't know what kind of ring it's supposed to be. I don't think it's an SG1 type of ring. That would be a good visual aid for you. There are other ways of getting to the same place, but this might be the easiest one to demonstrate. And you can drive your rover up this way too. I don't think unlimited oxygen supply has opened up for the rover yet. But remember, we went down there and we found a crashed satellite, and we got up close and was able to take stuff out of it. Okay, you want to keep hugging this. Now, if you're driving your rover, you'll have to stay shallow, even though the rover is kind of like cannot be destroyed or drowned or otherwise disabled, because the game does not provide a repair function for it. Oh, nice. Definitely want to grab this. These flowers that can be used in 3 different ways. Alright, you see where we went? Alright, so this is where the first and probably the easiest place to go to find uranium. And that's why we have the shelter here. But it's a true cave. There's only one way in and there's only one way out. See? Now all of that up there is supposed to be uranium, I guess. And we haven't emptied this one out yet. Alright, now uranium is something that gets used a lot as you make progress in the game, so you have to put more than one ore extractor in here. So I'm going to put the first one as close as I can get it to this wall. I can't put it over top those rocks, so this might be about it. And we only have a T2. A T1 won't do anything except collect basic ores. So we'll turn it around. Put it, how far back can we go? Now I want to put another one right there, face to face. There we go. And they're linked up. You see the link symbol. Alright, now we got to tell the drones that, and you can tell what its primary purpose. Collect everything, and same thing here, collect everything, because it will have a lot of stuff here. Alright, now we still need to do this, our precautionary shredder. There we go. So that this thing won't get clogged up. And that looks like a good place for it right there. Because that's the button you normally push to empty it manually. And this is how you get in to see what's in there. Now I don't need to be carrying these around with me, so we'll go ahead and spike it. Now we also have to say enable automatic. And then we want to come here and, well, we don't want to do everything because then they'll start putting uranium in there to be destroyed. So we want to hold down our control key and only select the items that might clog up our ore extractor, because the drones did not come and get it. Alright, so let's see. There's only one way in and out. And they don't give you any clue where it is. So what you might want to do is come back in till it turns dark and put some sort of device up that will indicate how to get back out. Now this is one option, but you can see this from anywhere on the map. The better option would probably be down here, if they'll let me install it. There it goes. Oh, it's turned around. That's not what I wanted. Try that again. But down here it says furniture section. Now let's see if we can get this. There we go. And then we can make it whatever color we want. I have a tendency to use a blue and then click right up here so you can actually see the blue. And I like to put one on both sides of the exit. Now it should remember the color we selected, and this one should come out the same color. Yep, it did. So now when I'm back here and I'm playing around with this and I'm saying, okay, where's my exit? Hey, no problem, I can see it. I just head for the pole lamps and out I go. What do you think? Is that a pretty good show and tell? But about now, because I've got the drones and I've only got 25 of them and they're collecting so many different things, I might be having a drone problem, because I've got just about everything on the same level. And here's our shortcut. I've shown you this before, we'll just show it again. Now if you want to, you could do the same thing with this. If you want to take the shortcut a lot, come over here and use this option right here, the area lamp, kind of like a pole lamp. Of course you have to bring it out until it grows green, and it'll remember the same color. So now when you're all the way over here and you're looking for the entrance to the shortcut, you can actually see it once the dust settles. Now if you want to take the scenic route like we did when we came up here, because this is the easiest way to show people, since you can get up here either on foot, in a rover, because you can cut around these rocks if you want to, or by having a jetpack. Oh, look at there, more flowers. That's the only way we could come up with those, unless we're in a blue chest or a gold chest. Well, they don't call them chests, they call them crates. And of course you'll find the blue crates and whatnot usually inside one of these crashed devices. Now these are supposed to be spaceships, but sometimes they don't really look like spaceships. So what would that be? It's hollow, doesn't have anything inside of it. So what would it be? Good question, I don't know. Since all the cells of this ring are open. Now it does have a command module part, which is right here. And it does look like it has engines and stuff. So what would its function? It does seem to have some interesting parts and pieces laying here. Now that does look kind of like an engine. Not sure what that is. Maintenance hatch or something? Would it be maybe possibly it's some sort of a warp gate? They use that in sci-fi shows a lot. You get up to the warp gate and it suddenly you're somewhere else in the solar system. Now we haven't been in here. I could kind of tell that because I haven't got any kind of a what I call pod, recharge pod or rescue pod. And of course these are temporary structures. They're only here for a short time. Because once I finish taking everything out of this and I don't have a problem with oxygen anymore because the planet is fully oxygenated, then I'll just take all this down. But until then I will come in here. Okay. Now right off the bat we've got some good goodies. Alright, I've already showed you the easiest place to get uranium and how to set it up, so what else should I show you? Did I bring... No, I didn't. I didn't bring any flares with me. Well, I don't think I showed you this. We can use these as if they're flares. And we can use this one because it glows in the dark too. And that glows in the dark. Anything that glows in the dark can help you find your way in and out. So once you get up to here, but make sure that the ground is not full of holes, but it looks kind of solid. Because if it drops anywhere else, it's liable to disappear on you. Huh. Well, that's not very helpful. Maybe we should drop something else. Let's drop the rod, see what it does. Okay. It looks like it's going to stay put. So let's back off. Whoops, we can't back off too because we got to get this out of our face. Yeah, I think that's going to work pretty good. What do you think? Okay, now we got more than one way to go. Yeah, we do. But it's still basically a straight shot, so... Now notice, since I'm playing creative mode, I'm not collecting any iron when I disassemble those crates. I can still see it, so let's see, there's nothing over here for us to collect, and there's only one way to go, which would be this way. But even so, I would probably still want, if I find some solid floor here we go. This might not, well, maybe this one will work. That glows in the dark. Well, that is kind of blocking the view, but I think it'll do okay for me. Oh, and here's some more too. Turn out our light. Yeah, it does kind of put a glow to the room, so even though that's in the way, And also remember, these are normally trying to tell you that this is the way you want to go to get out. Oh, there is something back there. Just barely get to it, and we cannot collect all of it. So, what are our priorities? I would have to say we don't need to take those with us, but we do want to take these items with us. Organize it. Yeah, I think those would be the best option, really. We can always come back and grab these. In fact, I'm going to put more of them in there. And that's all it'll hold right now. Then we'll organize them. Okay. Now it looks like most of the rest of this area is going to be underwater. Now, in your case, they've got those two things they're marking. This is the exit. And we have a crate down here. Oh, nice stuff. So let's organize it. And let's go ahead and put these back in here, because this other stuff is a higher priority for my avatar. Now, in your case, you'll have to keep an eye on your oxygen, of course, because while you're underwater, it's going to be taking away your oxygen. And we've got Com2, Kipto, Fablo. Well, I'll take one of each, just in case I don't have those. Now, we've got the same problem again. Now, we've got a heater over here. Well, we've got these to kind of indicate which way we want to go. But if I got off over here, how would I indicate that this was the way back? Well, in this particular case, it's pretty obvious, because this is like a big tunnel. And when you get to the end of it, see, it's all one way. You don't really have a choice. There's no branches or anything to get lost in. Oh, we're full as we can be. So I'd have to give up something. Well, I'll give up this since I'm making them. I don't really need this. I'm making these. So what do we want instead? We want this for sure. We're making these, so no, that's not a priority. So when we come back, we would probably want to come in here and empty this. In fact, let's take these back. Organize it in both cases and show you what the next step is. It's kind of hard to get lost in here, but make sure you got plenty of oxygen bottles if you're playing a normal game. We saw the heater before, so we know the normal way to get out would be go backtrack. See? And we know we got stuff in there that we can pick up. So we're not really finished here. Now, if your planet is fully oxygenated, you see how these work pretty good? Since we didn't bring any flares with us. Now, there's only one way in and out of here. There's no branches. None of these doors have opened up. So we can see our rod right up here. Oh, why is it trapping my guy? So we'll jump out. Okay, now if I've got a place that I'm going to use for a while, I will usually do something like this. Now I need to find a high spot. That looks pretty high, and we'll elevate this. No, that's floating, so let's go back down one. And then I'll put another one right next to it, link them up. And then I'll put some stairs. I don't really need to because I got a jetpack. And do we have anything in here? No, we don't. Turn out that. So we just take it all down. And our inventory is full, so of course it's dropping all that stuff on the ground that we didn't have space for. And then I put this up here. Now I want to get it where it's just like about so. Come on, fly. And right there on that edge right there. No, it's actually down into the foundation. I want it above the foundation ever so slightly. There we go. See there? In fact, it's kind of hard to see that there's a gap there. It's resting just perfectly. Alright, put our door in. Now I want to extend my foundations. Hold down the control key before I click. That's enough to get me by. And then of course for now, since I haven't gone back and picked up my new storage container, I would put these in here. And yeah, I used to, you know, face them, just pick this stuff up. Oh, my inventory is still full. Oh, that's right. We don't actually use any iron when we do this. So I got to put some stuff in here. So let's start with those, then these. We've got storage space for these things. Not the stuff that glows in the dark. I want to keep that. And then tell the drones that if you've got somewhere to take this, come and get it. If you got somewhere to store it. Now we can get down here, pick up anything we dropped, and if we need another storage container, no sweat, we can just put in another one. And we'd set it up the same way. Come and get everything. But they won't come and get everything until they have somewhere they can put it. But now we don't have to go back to our base. We let the drones do all the transporting, all the fetching and traveling back and forth. And from time to time we might want to come back here and check those storage containers, because if we have not provided an alternate storage location for something, it'll still be in there. Otherwise it'll go empty. And we could continue the cleanup process. I might as well go ahead. I can't take the locker. See there? The only thing it'll let me do is open it, and that's it. And they won't even let me. The game's not consistent as far as deconstruct technical debris. So what did we get? I don't see anything different. But you would probably pick up some iron. So sometimes you might want to hesitate to see those messages. And you can pick up some extra iron that way. I don't remember ever getting anything else besides iron. Oh. Now we can take everything out of here. And we know we're finished. There's no reason for us to come back. The only thing that could be a problem, of course, is running out of oxygen. And you know what would happen, remember? The game will have you reappear wherever the last living quarters you were in. Alright, let's see. Let's go ahead and organize this mess. And we've got a couple slots open, but we're not going to be able to do much with that. That's still closed off to us. I don't have enough space to collect that one because that heater would give me, oh geez, it would give me what, 1 2 3 4 5 6 different kinds of ore. Alright, so let's look for a clue which way we should go. Well, we kind of left a clue, didn't we? Alright, let's go ahead and put this stuff back. And when we get into here, we've only got one way in and out. Turn off our flashlight. Oh, come on, rod. And like I showed you already, you just come up here and you would look to see, okay, I've got this already. So we'll organize it. We've got another one of those. Organize that. Rocket engines, yep. Organize those. Yep. Spacesuit. And that's pretty much it. So we'll just put these in there. And we'll organize those. And we've got 3 slots left. So all the oddball stuff, and we're done. The only thing we're doing now is waiting for the drones to get out of here and pick this stuff up, because we said come and get everything. But they never will show up unless we have storage available. We have a demand set up for what all the stuff we're putting in here. And then we just go right back to work. Okay, do I really need to show you more of this? Or are you getting bored? You say, okay, cool, but dang, how many times are you going to show me the same thing? Now, if you're playing a normal game, you would not necessarily make yourself some more oxygen. And that's why you construct. Oh, and believe it or not, we could put a power cell in here. I don't know if it'll work or not, but it would be worth a shot. A lot of times when stuff goes underwater, it stops working. And I might as well go ahead and grab these while I'm in here. Oh, it's not letting me keep the circuit boards. Of course, I could have as many as I want, so I guess that sort of makes sense. Today was inauguration of the space warp gate. It took 2 years to build and was, maybe that's what that is that we saw out there. Well, actually we're inside right now. A space warp gate. So that's what the big ring is. It took 2 years to build and was finally allowed us to easily cross the Ischel prime sector. Huh. Okay, but as soon as we turned on the main power reactor, everything went wrong. The power immediately went down, all the reactors and stabilizers broke within a few minutes, and the spaceship was inexplicably drawn to the closest planet. We have tried everything to fix it, but it seems there is nothing we can do. Well, we're being bombarded with meteorites while we're in here, aren't we? The whole crew escaped into the escape pods, and I sent a distress signal. I'm going to my pod now too. So I guess he did this before they crashed. What a waste. All those months of work will be lost. I can't understand what happened. This shouldn't have happened in the year 3034. So that explains the crash. Well, normally once you I don't think we've actually unlocked that option right now. Of course I have it already because I've played through the game. Okay, now we don't have any other places to open or explore, but it might be worth to bring a pod here, or I should say an energy cell. Yeah, we've already been down there. Yep, because I think otherwise that's it for us. Those must be some kind of a control station. It looks like a simulator though, doesn't it? For somebody that was going to be a jet jockey. Oh yeah, we gotta empty this one out too. There we go. And we've got everything out of here already. It does. It looks like they're pilot training. But usually there'd be a big screen right in front of their face, so this must be something else. And we've been all the way through here. Yeah, we're right back to the generator. So now would be a good time to try out loading up a power cell and see if by chance one of these extra doors will open up. If it's blocked with stuff, I could pretty well write that off as it's not going to open up. Alright, so let's go ahead and put all this stuff in here. Oh, they're coming out to get these. Yeah, because they're using those to fill up the trade rockets. And I still got stuff here, so let's see. It's going to take them a while to get out here. So I'm going to have to put up another one. Yep, I'm definitely going to have to put up another one. And then put those in there. Make sure we set it up so they'll come and get it. A lot of times I'll set these on a very high priority, like all the way up to 4, maybe even 5. And the only reason why I would do that is because I want them to come get all the stuff as a high priority. Empty these lockers so I could come back in an hour or so of gameplay and empty everything out. Come on, quit acting like my keys are sticking. Alright, so now we would call this the warp gate, since that's what it was supposed to be. Alright, now let's get back to headquarters. And we want to try one of those power cells. And let's see, where did I put those? Right there. Grab a power cell. And we checked it out. We only need the one, so now we'll teleport back. And we gotta find the warp gate. And of course it'll be the last one we just put in. Here we go. Now let's see if by chance this will do us any good. There's always a chance it won't. Alright, are we in the right spot? Yeah, it looks like it. Okay, let's put in a fusion energy cell. Let the little arrow chase its tail until it's finished. Boom. Now look to see if any of those round doors opened up. Sometimes you might want to come up to these walls and see if by chance there's some thick walls. No, that's not new. We've been through there already. Oh, what we got here? We did get something to open up. All right. Got another chest. Some goodies in it. Oh, we have ourselves a vault. Oh, look at all this Terra tokens. 100, 1,000, 500, another 100. These are all right clicks with the mouse. Another 500. Oh, energy multiplier. Nice. Oh, another blueprint too. Now we can't disassemble this, but eventually you might get somewhere where you can. Ooh, we just about filled that up like that. And we even got some more Terra tokens. See that? So right click another 100 Terra tokens. Organize. And we got a production. That's going to be great for our auto crafters. It'll speed them up a little bit. It's not going to be a lot, but it will speed them up a bit. And then we've got one to increase our energy. Oh, nice. Those really make a huge difference in this game. Alright, let's go ahead. Even though the game's not going to let us keep the circuit boards, that's what you would normally do once you have that option available. Alright, is there anything else down here? No, I don't think so. Oh yeah, there is. And each time you do that in a regular game, you'll get another circuit board. I gotta break the surface. Alright, now did we get all the circuit boards we can? Because that's how we make drones and all kinds of other stuff. Circuit boards are a big deal in this game. Okay, there's nothing. I can't really see anything, can I? Well, I don't see anything. No seed packets or anything. And we can't do anything else. Can't take that beam out. Nope, it won't let us take the beam out. Well, we might as well go ahead and pick that up. I think we're done with it. And you can see now we've got some emergency lighting activated. It's not a great deal of extra lighting. Most of it's red. Alright, we found one that opened up. Did the other one across from it open up? No, I guess it's not exactly across. Where is that other one? A circular portal. That was not exactly circular, so those are not going to open up. So I guess that's it. That's the only new spot for us to investigate. And they had a vault in there, so we got some good stuff, including Terra tokens. Alright. Now I don't need to carry all this stuff back with me. Okay, we'll stick this one in there. Well, let's see. We've already got these in here, so we'll put those in there. And we'll organize it. Somehow, we must have got this out of a blue box. I've already got one circuit board in there, so we'll fill it up with another. And we still got plenty of room here, so we'll put everything over. We'll take back the circuit board. We'll take back the fuses because we don't have a storage space for those, but we do want to use them right away. Okay, they're coming out. I have a storage space for pulsar quartz, so they're coming out and grabbing that. Might take them a while to get here and do it, but and I don't think I made these, put a demand for these yet. I know I don't have a demand for any of these, and I don't have a demand for this one yet. They should come and get these for the rockets, because we've got two different places that they have a demand for those. Two different lockers. Okay, so we'll take our shortcut. Now, this is the time when you might say, okay, I'll go back to headquarters, and then I'll come right back and I'll take out that teleporter to save on energy. But there's really no reason to do that. All right, see how we doing on time. 25. Oh, we're going over the limit again. We're trying to keep these down, but I want to show you this before we do. See, we didn't have any power energy multipliers. Boom. Now you see what it did? If you look at it, we've got 2 more spaces, so it will do 8 machines, and I think that's what we've got here is 8 machines. So if we want to add more machines and power them up, we would have to have another one of these. Okay, and it's gonna do what? It's gonna add quite a few kilowatts energy, but it looks like it's a negative number. Huh. It might be since these were French that did this, a husband and wife team, it might mean that it's actually adding 150 kilowatts to each generator. Yeah, I'd have to say it's adding to each of those generators, because look at what we've shot up to. 6,268 kilowatts, and that's per second. Everything is in per second. But see, the negative number normally indicates a drain, rather than a boost. Maybe that's something they overlooked. I don't know. Alright, what else did we want to demonstrate before we call this good? We've got a production multiplier. Oh, blueprint. What did we just unlock? Vehicle light improvement, T2. Well, I'm not really using the rover too much, so I think I'll just ignore that. But we do have a production cell. Now, we have an optimizer. Yeah, we do, right there. So I can put this in here, and then all of the auto crafters and production facilities that it can reach, if it turns green, then you know it's being affected. Because as you can see, this is a T2 optimizer. Yep, it's got 3 cells. And it's got a huge influence ring. Doesn't seem to be affecting the farms though. The farm plots. It's definitely affecting the beehives. And there's no way for me to show you that it's affecting all of these auto crafters that are within its range. It should be affecting this also. Oh, look at their oxygen. Very nice, very nice. Let's see, give me a second here. All right, now let's look at the other one. Oh, it's got all of its methane. No nitrogen at all. But we haven't unlocked the T2. Yeah, gas extractor, we haven't opened up that option yet, so I'll just stick with that. I think it's also going to speed up these. Well, the drones aren't letting it set. We've got a high demand for water. Now they do have trade rocket fuses also, so we probably want to put it up. Oh yeah. We didn't collect our locker. Okay, now we can put it back on auto launch. And they'll come out, they'll finish up that one spot, and it'll auto launch. So let's go up here and utilize our blueprint. So now we can start getting serious about the T2 locker storage devices. And before we end this one, we're already over time. I'll show you what the advantage of these are. Where would it do us the most good? I'm gonna figure uranium would be nice. I don't have anything in here, even though we've got it set up. So let's go ahead and take this one out. What's the story? Oh, that one's full. Let's see, I think I have to empty that one out though first. Let's go around there. Find the uranium again. There it is. Oh, I don't have anywhere. I don't have those on demand anywhere. So that uranium is never going to get used. And there's not much space left there either. But I probably should go ahead and put it on demand. So we'll take it off of this one. And we'll put up here to demand the uranium rods. And then we'll change the label. Uranium. IUM. And we're talking rod. Is there a space there? Oh, that looks better. But there's not very many spaces left. So we're going to need another space for uranium rods. Oh, I know what. This would be a perfect example and opportunity to use the new storage device. See, they actually use up a little bit less space. So we'll put it right here. We set it up just like we would any other storage device. Uranium rods. Well, usually I don't add the S in there, so let's take the S out of there. Oh, it made me start over. Daggone it. They're gonna make me enter text down here. Okay, uranium rod. There we go. Now we'll click up here. We'll set it up for a demand. There we go. And now what's going to happen is the drones are going to get busy in about a minute or two, and they're going to try to fill this up. But good grief, look at the slots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 80 slots. So now let's change this back to miscellaneous. MISC. And then we'll go ahead and change this back so that we can stick anything and everything in there. And if everything's been set up properly. Have the... no, they haven't started yet, have they? Now when they do start, they'll take all these out of here. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't identify it as supply. That's why they're not moving yet. Okay, now things should get serious. And then they'll use up all of this. Yep, they're taking them out of here already. Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute. I gotta take this off of demand for now. That way they'll take all the way down. Let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we're one short. So those will never come out of there. We'll do it this way then. And now we want to put our new storage device in there. And we could move it over quite a bit. But see what happens? These are not quite as wide. They don't take up as much space, but they provide many, many more spaces. So now we're going to put a demand for the uranium in here. Then I'll transfer those over. And we'll relabel. Now, if you want to rebuild this whole area rather than just split the difference, you can. But I'm decided I won't do that because you can really save a lot of space by jamming these things real close together. But I'd have to take this one down and move it over and, you know, start replacing all kinds of stuff. But it would shrink the space we're using now probably down to about there somewhere. Or maybe even there. It's amazing how much space you could save when you trade these things out. So the next thing I'd want to do is go upstairs where I've got miscellaneous. I think I got one that's empty, don't I? Yeah, right here. Take this one out. And I would probably want it to face this direction. Alright, so there it goes. It's green, green, and more green. And then we'll call this one miscellaneous. And then we'll set it up so that they will take everything. I'll leave it on normal right now. But I normally, once I get further into the game, I usually bring this all the way up to like 4 or 5. So the drones will concentrate on getting stuff out of here. Now, do we have yeah, we have miscellaneous stuff, so we'll take everything out of here. And we'll do the same thing again. Green, green, and green. Yeah, okay, there we go. See, they're kind of meshed together a little bit. But it's not going to interfere with me getting through this area. Set it up the same way. Bring it up to 4. And then put all this stuff back in there. Now if it stays in there and it never comes out, it tells me that I've got one of 2 problems. I don't have a place demanding it for storage, or all of my storage is full. Understand? There's nowhere to put it, so they leave it here. Now I'm definitely not going to set these up for being shredded. No way. There's no way I'd do that. Now over here, we could decide to say, okay, we're going to make this a permanent storage place. But I would rather go, I've got a big empty room here. I'm going to go, and I've already put up the walls, which technically I shouldn't have done yet since we have not unlocked it yet. But I'm going to make this a storage room. Okay, so green, green, green in every direction. How much further can I go over? There we go. Now let me show you how much you can smush these together. And they're still green. Now if you don't mind turning yellow, then of course the game allows that too. Now I'm going to hold down the control key. Now I'm just going to keep doing this all the way across the room. I just made myself a massive warehouse. And I could put everything I could think of. Like, for example, I could come here and empty out all of these. And I could say from here on out, we're going to put the rocket engines in here. Now, there's more than one level of rocket engine, but since we're doing Prime for the first time, we won't have access to the other engine, the T2 engine. And then we'll set up a demand for it. There it is over there. And I'm going to leave it on normal. And so we can collect up to 80 of those in there. Now I'll go ahead and take this off. And then I will, well, I should have just took it out like that. Now what do we got? We got miscellaneous. Yeah, I didn't raise it to a 4, did I? But we have a production multiplier. We should really grab that and put that in service. And now here we have all of these different quartz. I'm going to go ahead and just take this out completely. Okay, let's try to do this. See, I'll leave that one open. Eventually I'll use it. See, that one starts with a G, that one starts with an S. I think I need to yeah, I think that's right. We'll put the G, or the Q rather. No, the S would come first, wouldn't it? So we put the S in there, solar quartz. And then we'll put a demand for it. And there it is right there. So now if I put solar quartz in any of my miscellaneous lockers, they'll be coming here and they'll be trying to fill this up. And now we got quasar. Oops, hit the wrong key. And the same thing again. Demand, quasar quartz. And no, I'll just leave it on normal. Okay. I've showed you the same thing about, what, 4 or 5 times already? So what do you think? Is there anything else that I might need to still show you? I'm going to take all of this down except for the mission assets. Water is one of those mission assets, along with oxygen. Well, oxygen's not so important anymore because we have full oxygen, but we still need it if we need to go diving in the water. Food, and we got flares. These two right here, miscellaneous, we'll take those out. We'll leave these two back here in, and then this will be our new monster warehouse. Anything that we need to put storage up for because we don't have a need to use it in production yet with the auto crafter, that's where it'll go. Alright, looks good. Nothing new there. Oh, ecosystem. Okay, ecosystem looks like the new thing, but we'll cover that next time since we've already went over our hour and we're up to 55%. Okay, so we'll hit the old escape key, save it, and finished. Okay, and then we'll say be well until next time.